Hi, my name is Madison from Josefina, Siena. Josefina is the first American Girl doll that I got in 2006, and Siena's the first Our Generation doll that I got in 2022 that started this whole channel. I know, it is not the outside. It is raining, and our HOA is replacing the fence. And how did I spend my first day of spring break on Monday, April 3rd? I took a 6-hour exam. It's required by Washington State. I don't have to pass it anymore, but it's just odd that I still have to take it. So I took it. I did the best that I can. I kept scoring 85, like 75 to the 80% range of the practice test. But the practice test was 60 questions in total. But this exam, there was math, reading, and writing. 60 for reading, 60 for math, 60 for writing, on top of writing 2 to 4 essays in that time span. So, and I had no break, so I was tired. And so I finished my exam. My sister drove all the way back home. So she's 30 minutes away. So I was like, I had 30 minutes to kill. So I went and treated myself to lunch. Then when she came into town, I was like, okay, well, we're by Half Price Books. And this is the closest Half Price Books to us. So I treated myself to a little bit of stuff because, hey, it's spring break. It's almost my birthday. I pulled 65 hours last week and I finished an exam. Like, why not? So we went to Half Price Books. I'm going to show you my current reads prior to my exam. So before I started working last week, which was last week of March, first few days of April, these were the books that I was reading, and then I got busy and I planned to finish them, and they kind of influenced my buying today. So I was reading Corinne's book because I've had Corinne for a few months now and I haven't gotten around to read her book. I haven't read an American Girl book in a while, and my last video, I got comments asking if I plan to read them. Reading came from American Girl, so absolutely I'm going to try to read them because it's been years since I've read them. And I hate to say this, I am an avid reader, so sometimes some books I forget because I read so much. So I am gonna read this. If you hear noises in the background as well, that's my washing machine because multitasking, busy adult life, and our HOA is finally getting our fence fixed. It's been a couple of years now, but yay! So I apologize for the background noises, but I'm reading Corinne. I borrowed this book from the library because prior to even Corinne coming out, I have been loving Chinese, like, mythology, mythology fiction and anything about China, because my previous job before but in the US education was teaching online to China. And so I am borrowing this book. It's called Morning Sun in Wuhan. And I was working online for China when all this started. And so I was learning Mandarin Chinese. I was working for China. I started literally the start of the pandemic, like December 2019. I was trying to get hired between October and November, and then I'm trying to block it, like blocking the glare, but it's just my phone. But yeah, and so that's why Corinne holds a special part to me, because I was laid off in October 2021. And then Corinne was announced and I was like, oh, I need Corinne. So, and then we're going to start with the half price book haul. Most of these that I got today, I didn't read. There's a few that are not American Girl that I'm just going to include in here. If you're interested, you're interested. If not, not. But the first book that I'm going to show you is Kirsten or Snowbound. So Kirsten. There's so many ways to say it, but for $1.99, I've never seen these before. And so I was just like, why not? The original retail price is $3.95. So I picked that one up. There's more. I got Addie's Wedding Quilt. Felicity Takes a Dare. And I love the sizes of these books too. Josefina, My Homegirl song. Yeah, if we are huge Josefina fans here. And then Molly Marches On. So, fun fact, I only need Molly left. They have the original 6. And that was before I got back into American Girl. So it was only Molly that I needed. So I need to save my money and finally get Molly, because Molly's been the most patient one waiting for my wallet to catch up. This one's not an American Girl doll book, but it is Talon by Julie Kagawa. And I've been wanting to read this for years. It was $2 on a cart, on a clearance cart. And so I was just like, $2 when the original retail price was $9.99. Why not? This one's not an American Girl doll book, but if it kind of gives me the synopsis and feel of American Girl. So this book is called Journey to the River Sea. And I'm going to read the back of this one. Sent to live with distant relatives on a rubber plantation in Brazil, Maya is spelled M-A-I-A. Maya must leave her cozy boarding school in London for the unknown wilderness of the Amazon jungle. Accompanied by Mrs. Minton, a no-nonsense governess, Maya expects to find curtains of orchids, I cannot read, and brightly colored macaws. But instead, they find the Carters, Maya's evil-tempered aunt and uncle, with whom Maya's life becomes most unbearable. It is only when she kept up in a mystery involving a young Indian boy, a homestead child actor, and a missing inheritance of Maya finds herself in the middle of the Amazon adventure she dreams of. And this was a Carnegie Medal finalist in 2001, so it's one of those older books that I remember growing up and reading, but I don't know why it says Indian boy, but in modern days it'd be Native American more. But this just caught my eye, and for $2 I was thinking, why not? Now we are back into the American Girl books, and that's my neighbor. They're pretty loud sometimes, or that's the construction, I don't know which. But I haven't read this book, and it reminds me of Corinne in size, so let me show you. So here's Corinne's size book compared to another one, but look at the size. They're pretty similar. So here's Marisol. I just remember Marisol coming out, and Marisol was 10 in 2005, which is around my age. We would have been the same age. And so Never got around to reading this, but it's funny because I've always wanted to do dance and I didn't get to do it until high school, until I got on the dance team. So, and now that Covey is around and has similar styles to Marisol, I am just super excited to read this. Now, this one's also not an American Girl doll book, but it's a Dear America one. So if you are in the United States, you know that a lot of people, not just limited to girls who read American Girl books, also read this series growing up, or in my hometown we did. So it was a Dear America, and I chose this one, Fences Between Us, because it takes place in Seattle. As I was picking it up, I was like, oh, it's because there's no Seattle American Girl dolls. But now I can't say that anymore because Nikki and Isabel are in Seattle. So I didn't like them at first, but now that they're located in Seattle, I'm changing my mind about that. Their stock photo, in my opinion, does not give them justice. And I feel like that's been a lot of the issues with American Girl. Similar to my first couple of reads, I got Good Luck Ivy. I am still sad they retired her, and I think this is the closest I will ever get to Ivy. And there's my sister with coffee. Since this is a budget haul from Half Price Books, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. If only they would sponsor this video, but it's not sponsored. Anyways, I was talking about Ivy, and this is probably the closest I'm gonna get to owning Ivy because Ivies go for so much unless American Girl brings Ivy back, which they should. The next one is Jess for 2006, and I remember this one because there used to be a giveaway every summer in my grandma's hometown for an American Girl doll, and I just remember entering and never winning her, and she was the first American Girl doll. They always did it with the Girl of the Years. So, never got around to reading her story, but I'm super excited. I mainly got Girl of the Years because at my childhood library, they had more of the historicals than Girl of the Years. More Girl of the Years, I got Kenani. So ever since I got Nanea, I've been in this Hawaii vibe with literature. I don't know how to describe it. It was also with The Picture Bride by a Korean author, which I will try to find a photo, or the link will be down in the description, which it most likely will be a link in the description. But I've been on this Hawaii kick, and so I want to read Nanea's books, and then I know I want to read Kenani's books, which is why I picked this up, because we love our Hawaiian girls. Same with Jess. Is she in Hawaii? No, Central America. Tropical. Our tropical girls. Then I had the first book of McKenna from my last haul, and I had to get the second book because we're going to try to read all these American Girl books. Do you know what's really sad that I just found out about this book? Half Price Books was $3.49, but the person whoever donated it got it from Goodwill for $2.99. So this book has been traveling, and I paid 50 cents more than the other original owner. Now, this one was influenced by a fellow AG tuber, Anne, from Once Upon a Dream, or AG. Anyways, Anne has Mia, and I never had Mia, but this is probably the closest I'm gonna get because I don't know. I never collected Girl of the Years until Corinne, and I feel like Corinne and Kavi might be the only two that I get, but for now, we'll see. But I love Mia and the idea of ice skating because this was a new concept in 2008, but that is all of my books. It is like from the table. Let's see if I can do it. Yeah. I don't know if they're all in frame. There we go. That's my haul. And I will see you guys next time.